We just spoke to Brossoit. He said he felt a little bit blindsided by the Montoya acquisition. I mean, obviously he's disappointed, but just how do you hope he reacts to it? And are you even a little encouraged that he's maybe a bit upset?
Well, players want to play in the National Hockey League. That's why you work your way to get here. But it's a hard league to get to, and it's even a harder league to stay in. And he plays a unique position where a starter tends to play the majority of the games, and a backup doesn't play as many. And as I said last night, that our plan has been forced to change because of the way we played and the results we've got. We planned on getting him many more and being able to develop them. So with that being said, I understand that he's frustrated, but it's also the hockey world, and it's the business part that can be ruthless at times. But we all, coaches, managers, players, media people even, get into it knowing that that's the nature of the beast. It doesn't take the sting away from him individually, but that's how it works.
Todd, switching focus, you got back-to-back afternoon games. Is there anything coaches can do in terms of assisting their players, body clocks, and all those sort of things that go into it? Because it's rare you would have, sometimes you get one in a weekend, but it's rare you get two. Sometimes maybe if you're out east, Philadelphia, the Islanders, they play a lot. But for teams that don't normally play a lot, what can you do?
Well, the second one doesn't worry me as much as the first one. Back-to-back, you kind of get that rhythm, and your hockey clock is 24 hours apart from a game, like you're playing normal back-to-backs. It's the first one, and you know, we would have normally not skated today, flown down, and had a pregame skate. So we've already made one adjustment. There's other things we do to try and make sure our team is ready to go, and we've varied it with varying amounts of success or failure, if you will. Meetings in the evenings versus meetings in the morning. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and the players have to show up and play. We can come up with gimmicks, but they have to come and play and be very professional about it, and I believe our group will.
A couple of things, Todd. You'll still have LB with you until Montoya is guaranteed he's off IR, so LB's kind of in limbo until you see if Montoya can play. Is that so? Before adding him to the roster, I guess.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say he's in limbo. He's on an NHL roster where he wants to be. And he had a real good practice today. He's going to fly with the team to Dallas, and Montoya will meet us in Dallas, and then the management group will make a decision on transactions and whatnot. But you know, between now and all of that happening, you never know. Somebody gets sick, you get another start, and you never leave the league, or you never end up in the minors again because of those breaks. And that's how LB approached it today in practice. He had a real good skate.
But it's a back-to-back situation, I guess that's what I'm asking.
Okay.
Possibility you got Montoya in a trade, but maybe you want to play LB because it's a back-to-back game.
We'll see how Montoya is when he gets to Dallas. Like, we've, you know, certainly done our homework as an organization and his health, and he has practiced. He's been involved in everything that he needs to be in Montreal. So if he's healthy, potentially he gets the back-to-back, or Cam plays both, or LB plays in one of them. All I know is what we're doing in Dallas. For tomorrow's game, we'll worry about Chicago on the plane to Chicago.
And one more, Chris Russell leads your defense in points. He's the shot blocker. Does that just show that he also, when he was a junior, he had lots of points? Or did you consciously go to him in the summer and say, look, we think he can give us more offense?
No, he was a very productive offensive player in junior. And he brought that to his pro game. I think in Calgary one year he had 25, 30 points as a defenseman. So he's had some years where it's gone well for him. Maybe this is one of those, but a lot of times off the fronting or the blocking, you create outnumbered rushes because people are underneath you and you're able to knock it down. He's the best on our team at it, so he jumps into the rush. He's a good skater. You know, last night he could have had 2 or 3. He had some really good looks at the net, but he buried the one that we needed, and we're happy for that.